Hey Sojna, let's play a game. Okay, whatever. Put a finger down if you're walking on eggshells around your friends. What do you mean? If you can't be your true self around these friends, you need to lie about the fact maybe that you don't live in a fancy house or you can't afford a Starbucks coffee. You feel embarrassed about your family background, put your finger down. Put another finger down if they don't respect your boundaries or your opinions. If you tell them that you don't drink, then they force you to drink at a party. If you suggest an action movie and they rewatch Mean Girls, they always do that. And they want to tell you it's for your own good. 3, they make you feel guilty for having other friends or for taking some me time. They keep telling you that they are your one and only best friend. This is scarily accurate. One day, you share your boy problems with them, and the next day, the whole class knows about it. So put a finger down if they gossip about you behind your back. They make jokes on the personal information you've shared with them. Ugh, so many times. And finally, put a finger down if they have an unhealthy competition with you. You tell them about your new grades or new job, but they are unhappy and they spite you by saying how they will get a better job and admission. Well, my dear, I have bad news for you. If you even put one finger down, it means you have toxic friends, Sochna. Oh no, I didn't even realize this. Maybe that's why I've been feeling low and antisocial for the past few months. How do I get away from these people? And if you could relate to even one of these things, then put your little finger on that like button and wait for us to tell you all the tips and tricks to help you deal with negative and toxic people in your life. So let's get going. Hey everyone, it's a Friday once again. This is Chetna and you're watching ChetChat. And today we're going to talk about how to deal with negative and toxic friends. And I'm going to give you 10 specially researched tips and one bonus tip that will help you make friends as well. But I want to hear from you. How about you tell me how you deal with negative or toxic friends and quickly put down in the comment section your special tips that all our viewers can watch. And meantime, let's begin with strategy number 1. Strategy number 1 is write a letter. Seems counterintuitive, right? Yeah. Why should I write a letter to someone I hate? Try this. Sit down and write a letter about the times your friends let you down and they made you feel like an outsider. Many times we convince ourselves, it's okay, she didn't mean it, she's not a bad person. But when you see all that negative behavior in writing, you'll realize that you've been trapped. Do I have to give them this letter? After writing the letter, you can either share it with your friend if you want to give them closure or just use it as a promise to yourself to get away from that person. Cool. And every time I feel like going back to them, I will just let the letter remind me why it's better to step away. Yep. At number 2 is transparent communication. Often as teenagers, we're still learning how to make friends and we sometimes hurt others unintentionally. So maybe you want to give your friends the benefit of doubt. Then explain your problems to them. Maybe they neglect your opinions or make fun of your accent. I guess it needs some confidence to confront them directly. Yeah, but it might help. Absolutely. And if they genuinely apologize and change their behavior, you are a lucky friend. If not, it's time for the next tip. Tip number 3 is don't be a passive smoker. Smoking is injurious to health. You must have heard this a billion times, right? But what about passive smoking? It's equally, if not more dangerous. You are harming your own health without even doing anything wrong. I don't smoke, Chetna. I know, but just like passive smoking, being in a toxic friendship, you are ruining your own mental health, even though you are a good friend. So set your boundaries explicitly. If they start gossiping about others or make fun of you, just excuse yourself and walk away. Maybe I'll just imagine a large flaming cigarette in their place. Brilliant! You are an average of 5 people you surround yourself with. So make sure you pick the ones that uplift and motivate you. Just like you. Yeah. Tip number 4 is less is best. Keep the contact less, Sochna. But how should you cut contact with such people? Should you directly ghost them? What if they're part of the office or a class and we're like forced to see them every day? Okay, here's my trick. Smile but act busy. Be curt and only talk to them maybe about work or studies. Don't share personal information because you're only going to be spreading it around. And if you want to share something, write it down in your daily diary or record voice notes. After all, you are your own best friend. And before we move on to the next tip, it is shout out time. And I want to give a big shout out to Rajati for leaving this super awesome message under my last video. And if you want a shout out in my next video, you know exactly what to do. Leave a comment below with a hashtag ChetChatters. Sochna, tip number 5 is the universe has a plan for you. Now in a lifetime, we make about 396 friends, but only 10 or 12 friendships last. Making friends is all about trial and error, and friendship is also a two-way street. You will know that you found good friends when they put in as much effort as you do. But how would I know which friendship will last and which one will not? This is where I give you my bonus tip. Climb a hill. Yes, an actual hill. In a 2008 study, University of Virginia students were asked to estimate the steepness of a hill. Some participants were tested alone and the others had to walk with a friend. The first group thought that the hill was very steep, while the friends climbing together found it less steep. The experiment also found that the more intimate the friendship was, the gentler the slope appeared. So next time you make a new friend, try doing something tough together. Do they make physics seem easier? Do they make a visit to the dentist less scary? If chances are yes, then they are your good friends. This is cool. Do you have some more ways for me to avoid these negative and toxic friends? Yes, and my tip number 6 is called one bad apple spoils the whole barrel. What happens if you keep a new and shiny apple near a rotten one? Yeah, the good apple will also turn black. True. So, exit before it's too late. The fact that we're even having this conversation shows that you want to be a better person. I know it's tough to leave people you thought that were your friends, but growth is painful. Just when the caterpillar thought that the world was ending, it became a butterfly. Yeah, you might get FOMO when you see your old friends hanging out, but it's like eating junk food. It is fun in the moment, but you're gonna regret it later. Tip number 7 is social distancing from social media. It can be distracting to see your old friends on social media. They might even keep messaging you. So just drop a message saying, I need a break for a few days and get off your account. If it gets too intense, you can also block them. Remember, false friends are like your shadow. They stick by your side when it's sunny, but leave when it becomes dark. Gradually, you'll find that these people really didn't care about you and they will leave you alone. Tip number 8 is called the Bermuda Triangle. You are friends with Betty. She's really excited to introduce you to her best friend, Veronica. But wait, Veronica is really mean to you and you don't know how to tell Betty because you don't want to spoil their friendship. You don't want to come off as this new jealous friend. This is so tough. But what do you do, Chetna? Be upfront with Betty. Tell her that you aren't comfortable hanging out with Veronica. You don't mind meeting Betty alone, but the trio just isn't working for you. At number 9 is reflect. Friends are like mirrors. You can see yourself just by looking at them. So do you mean that if I have toxic friends, I am a negative person too? No, I mean that when you are ending a toxic friendship, it is very important to reflect on the role you played in the relationship. Why did you let yourself be a part of a group that didn't respect you? Is it because you were new to the school? Is it because you were lonely? When you understand your own insecurities, you will realize that you have the power to change them. You don't need validation from any fake friends. And finally, tip number 10 is a foolproof friendship test by psychologist Jordan Peterson. You should be able to share bad news without your friends making you feel stupid. And when you share good news, your friends should make you feel even happier than before. I learned something new today. Thanks so much, Chetna. I hope you too are able to escape the negativity and toxicity in your life. But which of these 11 tips did you like the most? Leave a quick comment for me and let me read that later. And see you next Friday. And don't forget to press that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notifications every time we put up a new video. And happy learning!